Hey, it's Kane here, and in this video, I'm going to show you an AI automated commission system for an online coach's sales team that runs off GoHighLevel. This system saves them time, reduces human error, and it's a scalable infrastructure for the team. In this video, we'll run through the problem it solves, how AI is integrated into the business, plus we'll talk about the defenses we can put in place to make this a long-lasting automation. If you want to skip to the parts you need, there's timestamps below, and without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so the problem that this system solves is that there was some human errors going on with the original system. It was taking up unnecessarily time, really, having to manually go through the invoices, waiting for them to upload. Plus, the closers and setters are paid from the cash collected on the commissions as well. So we wanted to think of a whole system that could somehow scan the invoices, put them into a database, and work that out manually to not have any human input whatsoever. This is the system that we created here. During the original build, we just done it from a Google Drive. So we dragged the actual PDF into the Google Drive. It would then go and scan that and extract the information and then do what it needs to in the database. But actually what we found was that, well, we can automate this by having a Gmail trigger just to scan the invoices with AI, and then it will nicely automate that process. Okay, so now we're going to have a quick overview of the automation and how it works. So inside GoHighLevel, the best way we integrated it into the sales team pipeline is that once the contracts are sent out, this will then add into the Google Sheet right here. Then here's the information. So once that automation is triggered, you can see that we've got my name here. We've got the closer's name, which is David Beckham, and we've got the setter's name, which is Victoria Beckham. Then we've got the date, the deal size, the cash collected, the closer commissions, set of commissions, and how many invoices has been processed. Now, what happens next in N8N? When we built this originally, we had a Google Drive trigger to scan the invoices with the extract from file, and then the information extractor here with AI added onto it actually scans the invoice. But to fully automate that system, we added in a mail hook. So the payments are accepted through ThriveCart. So when the payment comes through ThriveCart, it then sends an email into their Gmail inbox. And that's where we've used a mail hook to then filter out the actual email, scan it, and then start adding it to the database. So I've actually pinned the email here, which has come in to the inbox. So if I click execute the step, we can see here now it's extracting the information. When we originally built this system, we built it so you could drag the PDFs into the Google Drive, and then it would go through the information extractor where the AI actually scans the invoice and then goes through the rest of the process here. But actually, to fully automate that process, we remembered that in ThriveCart, where the payments are taken from, and is that it will send an email into the inbox, and we can just scan that email from the inbox to fully automate that process. So right here, we've got the Gmail trigger. I've got the data pinned already from the email coming in. So if I click execute, you can see it filters out that data. It now goes through the information extractor, does what it needs to do, and now it's appended it into the database. So as we can see here on this invoice tab, we've got my name, how much has been paid, £0 in this case, the phone number, ThriveCart, total academy accelerated deposit, and then we've got the closer's name, how much to pay to the closer, how much to pay to the setter, and the date that the invoice was processed. Now, if we come over to this commission sheet here, you can see that one invoice has been processed. So all these ones in black here, these are already people that have been processed right now. So at the end of the month, you'll just look at the dates, you'll add up all the commissions that need to be paid out. How is AI integrated into the business? Well, we've actually integrated AI into the business by adding it into the workflow. And that's through this information extractor here. So we can see that it's attached to the OpenAI chat model. If I click on the information extractor, and I scroll down to the filter, because that's where the information it would have come through. You can see here that from the text that is passed from the email, we add in it here. So we've got the variable json.text, and then I've specified what I want it to take out. And then as you can see, the AI scans it, and then we have the output here. So this is all the information that we need. Now we're going to talk about some of the defenses that we've put in place to make this a reliable automation. More so from when I sat down to think about what errors the user could make. So right here in these two nodes, the purpose of the node is to stop any duplicate invoices. So the two ways that there could be duplicates is that duplicate emails are sent into the inbox. And also with the Google Drive, there is one defense there already. However, they still can go in. Then we have the Google Sheet node right here, and it ensures that the output data is always on. You can see that we've got one filter in here already to filter it through, because what happens is that if I don't have that filter, it will filter out all the data from the Google Sheet, the 20 rows that are there, I think, and it will pass that through the rest of the automation, and it will just start triggering things I don't want to trigger. So it's really important right here that I have it filter for the unique invoice number. What's also important is that we always have output data on, then goes through to the if node here. And this if node is basically detecting if the invoice number does not exist. If I run this automation for a second time, I've removed the data. Now we can see that it's stopped right here. And if we go into the date processed here, I've just put in an input saying awaiting input. If more than 5 minutes, check that their data is in the commission sheet. So if I come over to the commission sheet, they'll be like, oh, actually, the data isn't in the commission sheet. So whoever's manually processing needs to add it in. So that is the second defense. And if it's true, it would then update and it will update the row. Now, if we run this a final time, then it should completely go through the whole entire process. Amazing. And there we have it. So we have the closer name, the setter name, email, all that data, invoice that been processed. It's been 2 now. And that's it. That is a walkthrough of the whole entire automation. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment below. And thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.